Hey everybody, it's Dave here at Holiday for Two, and right now I'm putting the finishing touches on my next must-see RV destination video for you of Black Hills, South Dakota. And last summer, my wife and I spent 3 days there, and we had a great time. And so I'll put links in the video at the end to show you where we stayed and everything. And it's for the Black Hills of South Dakota. In more than 3 days there is a lot to see. So let's take it away. Black Hills of South Dakota. Hope you can get there. Bye.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
Creekside Mountain Resort, Hill City, South Dakota. This is where we stayed for 3 days as we visited Hill City, South Dakota and the Black Hills. The lady that took care of us, she brought anything we needed, whether we need extra hookups or something to hook up the sewer line and so on, or just information on where to find restaurants and places to eat or get gas nearby. This was their property, and they had little walking trails all over. You could even fish in the little streams. There was a bike trail behind the place that we took a little walk on later that evening just to get some exercise and check the place out. And you'll see that next. Taking the road here. Oh, there's a bridge up here. Oh, she's got a little boat. Here's our campsite. Way back there. And we're just taking a little walk. There's the creek. Back to the highway. The river. The next day we spent the day going to Mount Rushmore. This has been on one of my list of places to go for a long time. People here now. Now, even though it was right in the middle of the pandemic, you wouldn't know it here. The crowds were pretty thick. They were busy doing some remodeling and couldn't get all the way up to the front there. They did have the restaurant open and the bookstore, but some of the other visitor centers were closed. Incredible. There are some trails that go around the memorial so you can get out and look around from different angles. After we visited the memorial, then we took a little ride and went up to some other places and see some different things around. We also went up to Mount Coolidge. We're at the top of Mount Coolidge. 6,000 feet. This is one of the highest points in the Black Hills. From here you can see Rapid City and several other cities. That must be the rest of the wildlife road. The next day we spent going down to Crazy Horse and also into Custer. This visit to Crazy Horse was probably about a 2.5 hour trip. There's a museum there with lots of things to walk around and look at. Very interesting. It's also interesting to note that the memorial is only half finished. I guess it's still in process of being carved. And there's some stories down when you go through the museum. They tell you about who's still working on it and all the carving they're doing. Then the next day we went up to Deadwood to visit Deadwood. Now, Deadwood is it's a town that reminds me a lot of Prescott, Arizona. It's a bigger town than Prescott, but there's also legalized gambling. It's one of the few places in the United States that actually offers legalized gambling, other than like Las Vegas or some of the Indian casinos. We also celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary by going out to dinner at a little restaurant called Desperados. And they had steak that was so good. Next, I'm going to show you around the Black Hills of South Dakota, some of the things we did on a map, and some of the other things you can see. Black Hills National Forest. I want to just show you around on Google Maps here. When we came into the park, we came in from the Wyoming side through Newcastle on Highway 16. And we came in this way because it was the closest to Hill City. That's where we stayed at. But this is a nice drive in. Come in through Custer. And then as you come up north and go north of Custer, you'll see Crazy Horse Memorial off to the side. Then we did that on a day, and that's a good day ride down to Crazy Horse and go in and take the tour around there. And also if you need shopping done, you can go into Custer. There's stores and stuff that you can go through. It's really kind of a little, I want to call it a tourist trap, but that's probably not nice. But there's a lot of stores and stuff to shop around there. If you need groceries and gas, it's a good place to go. We went north there to our RV spot at Hill Creek. Let's see if I can find Creekside Mountain Resort, just south of Hill City, South Dakota. And I chose that spot. That's a nice little RV park. I think he's got like 15 campsites there, or RV spots. 30 and 50 amp hookups, along with each spot has a sewer. And so they take care of you there, and it's like a little mom and pop place. And I picked that spot because it's close to all the major things we wanted to see. There are boondocking spots around in the forest. So if you have any boondocking maps, or go to a boondocker's website, or dry camping, dispersed camping websites, you will find some of those off the beaten path. There's a couple of them north of Silver City up here along the highway up in this area. I know because I checked them out ahead of time, but I just decided to do the RV park. So that way I didn't have to worry about power and all that stuff, and having a spot where we could, if we needed to, run the air. It was a little bit warm one day. The other days were pretty nice. So one day we spent down at Crazy Horse at Custer, and the second day we went to Mount Rushmore, and that was a fun day. Just took the whole day, went to Mount Rushmore, spent a couple hours walking around there and hiking. But the really cool thing is if you take the drive around through Keystone and come up the back way of the 16A, don't do this drive if you're in a big vehicle like a motorhome, or I would not recommend it. There are 2 tunnels that you go through that are really, really small. If you have a SUV, or like we took our Jeep through it, no problem. But there are some spots where you can come through the tunnels, and when you come out the tunnel, you're looking at Mount Rushmore. Let's see if I can find the tunnel. Here we go. This is so cool. If you drive through this and stop and get pictures, you drive through the tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, as you're coming through it, you can see Mount Rushmore right through there. Just a cool ride. And I think it was near that drive where we went up to Mount Coolidge. So that was a whole day. And the next day the third day we went up north to Deadwood. There it is. Almost lost Deadwood. But Deadwood's a really nice little place to go to. It kind of reminds me of Prescott, Arizona, except it has casinos. So we did stay there for a little bit. We had dinner there for our anniversary, and then we also went in and did a little gambling at a couple of the old casinos that they have in here. They have some really old-timey casinos and stuff, and resorts. Lots of places to eat, places to walk around, just a fun place to spend an evening there. And that was Deadwood. And so that's Black Hills National Forest. If you can spend more than 3 days there, then do it. Because like I said, there are so many other things that we didn't get to see. I know there's some caverns down by Custer that you can go underground and walk around in. Then there's other places to go, like Custer State Park. So there's more things to see and do if you have more time to do them. And if you really need the urge, have the urge to get into a big city, you can drive into Rapid City if you need something urgently like that. So that's the Black Hills National Forest. If you get a chance to go, you'll enjoy it. So have fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.